told my mom to screw off after she asked for access to my money. Growing up, my mom Diane never had a soft side. She worked 12-hour shifts at a call center and came home wound tight, ready to snap over nothing. My dad Walter just went along with whatever she said. I learned young to stay quiet and stay out of the way. When I turned 18, a letter came from a law office. My grandma had left me a trust. It was meant for school and for my basic needs, set up years before she died. Diane had known about it the whole time and never told me. That explained a lot. Every time I asked for help with tuition or a winter coat, she said we didn't have the money. I missed out on therapy for years because we couldn't afford it. Meanwhile, she had my trust sitting there the whole time. Once I found out, she stopped hiding it. New purses showed up. She'd come home from TJ Maxx with bags and tell me not to worry about it. She bought rounds for her friends at the bar on a Tuesday. I did the math. It matched up with withdrawals from my account almost exactly. I used what was left to move into a studio apartment 2 towns over. I finished my senior year from there. I started therapy for the first time in my life. I got a job at a print shop and started actually building something for myself. Diane and I still talked sometimes, but every conversation turned into a fight. 2 years ago, we had one that didn't end. I stopped answering her calls. I blocked her number for a while, then unblocked it because guilt got to me, then just never used it. That silence was the calmest my life had been in years. Yesterday, she texted from a new number. "Hey, sweetheart, would love to catch up. I have something important to ask you." I stared at it for an hour and didn't answer. A few hours later, another text came in. "I'm sending you an email. Please just read it. It's important." I opened it out of curiosity more than anything. It was a letter from an attorney's office, drafted like a real contract, asking me to sign over co-authorization on my trust to Diane until I turned 21. My hands were shaking by the time I finished reading it. I called her right then. "Absolutely not," I said. "I'm not signing anything." "You don't understand," she said. "Your father needs this. He had knee surgery last year and it got infected. Sepsis. He hasn't been able to work since." "Then why didn't either of you tell me that first? Why did you go straight to a contract?" She didn't answer that part. She just kept talking about bills, about how scared she was, about how family was supposed to help family. "Screw off," I told her and hung up. The trust was written for one purpose only, bare necessities, for me, no one else. I checked the original documents that night just to be sure I remembered right. I did. My Aunt Carol, who isn't really my aunt but has been around since I was a baby, called me the next morning. "I know you don't owe her anything," Carol said, "but maybe somebody should check on your dad, just to be safe." I told her I'd think about it. That night I called the trust office myself, mostly to ask if there was any way Diane could get access without my signature. The woman on the phone went quiet for a second. "Actually," she said, "there was an attempt to add a secondary signer back in March. It didn't go through because the notarization didn't match our records. We flagged it for review." March, 2 months before any of this. Before the texts, before the sob story, before she ever mentioned Walter's knee. I asked her to send me everything they had on that attempt. The signature on the form wasn't mine. It wasn't even a good forgery. I called Carol back and told her what I found. She went quiet too. "Diane wouldn't do that," she said, but her voice didn't sound sure at all. I filed a fraud report with the trust company that afternoon and forwarded them the forged form. 2 days later, a case manager called to confirm they were opening an investigation and freezing any further authorization requests on the account, permanently, with a note on file. Diane texted me one more time that night. "Fine, be that way. Don't come crying to me when your dad ends up on the street." I didn't answer. An hour later, an unknown number called. It was Walter. "I never signed off on any of this," he said. "She told me she already had your permission." I asked if he needed anything. He said he was fine, working part-time again, and that the surgery story had been true, but the rest of it wasn't. I thanked him for calling and told him the door was open for him, not for her. Then I blocked Diane's new number too. I'm moving to Spotify. Search TurtStories and follow.